welcome to the best U.S. Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 18th of July, 2025, and in this video, we're going to be popping over to coinnews.net to check out the sales data they've compiled. Why? Because it's vital to numismatists, flippers, and investors to determine mintages and demand. Now, before any of that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. It's actually a tremendous number. You can pause the video and look it up. It's ginormous, right? Yeah, now we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now let's bounce over here to moneymetals.com. Check out those spot prices. Wowzers, look at that. Silver's moving again. Gold's up $9.85 to $33.61.30. Silver up 19 cents to $38.52. Platinum down $7.15 to $14.76.95. Palladium up $24.05 to $13.34.85. And Dr. Copper's up 7 cents to $5.57 per pound. Now, over here, you're looking at it in stock, American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.69 for quantity 1 through 39. They have you paying $45.21. Now, this is the buyback price, the sell to them price. It's $39.73, and that is definitely over the silver spot price at $38.52. Next stop, you know it, coinnews.net. This is by Mike Unser, dated July 17th. That was yesterday. Title of this article is U.S. Mint Sales. 2025 uncirculated Morgan and Peace dollars reached 217,820 in 4 days. And just after this particular week's sales, we're actually, check this out, we're going to be having the numbers for the uncirculated coin set right there. And then let's see what the 24th is. That's going to be the following week. We're going to have sales data for the Superman coin and metals. So that'll be pretty interesting to find out how many they sell of those. And I still kind of am like, I don't know if I'm going to buy that. We'll see. All right. So it says here, the United States Mint has released initial sales figures for its 2025 Philadelphia uncirculated Morgan and Peace silver dollars. Released on July 10th, that was 8 days ago now, and priced at $91 each. The two coins recorded a combined total of 217,820 sold through their first 4 days. That's not so bad, right? 4 days. But remember, they each have a stated product limit, stated mintage limit, either one, at 150,000. And that's pretty low for the series because if we remember the 2021 Morgan and Peace silver dollars, well, the ones with the privy mark for CC and New Orleans, yeah, they actually had a mintage limit, stated product limit of 175,000. So this is definitely the Mint right sizing the sales for these particular coins. And well, if they look at the sales right now, I mean, I don't know if they want an instant sellout or if they want these to sell out within a month or 2 or 3. But I think at these numbers right now, they're still a little too inflated for the program. So let's keep on keeping on. And don't get me wrong, they are beautiful. They are stunning. And I've heard people already who've got theirs, I think, they said they were really, really nice. Now it says here, by comparison, the 2024 issuances also priced at $91 and still available. That wasn't the initial price, was it, for those at $91? That was after the mints raising the silver prices this last year. Reached combined sales of 349,029 coins for their opening 4 days. Yeah, the demand was there in 2024. For additional context, the 2023 editions, launched at a lower price of $76 a piece, sold out quickly and finished with combined sales of 500,000 coins. Look at that, almost 550,000. Now, of the 217,820 coins sold so far, sales for the uncirculated 2025 Morgan silver dollar totaled 111,014. That figure includes 100,814 sold to individual buyers and not the bulk folks. Product code 25XC and 255 from the 40 coin bulk pack. And now if you want, it adds to 10,200 coins. I'll take the 25, right? 2.5, multiply it by 4, you get 10,000 right there, or 10, and then just get the extra numbers there. So the remaining 106,800, wow, I can't even, 106,806 coins came from the uncirculated 2025 Peace silver dollar with 96, wow, that's really low. 96,566 sold individually, product code 25XH, and 256 from its 40 coin bulk pack, product code 25X. H040. Now that totaled 10,240, which was 40 more, one more bulk pack, right? 256 to 255. And why more of the Peace silver dollar than the Morgan silver dollar? That's a head scratcher, because generally speaking, look at this, the public wants this less than they wanted this one here. So that's interesting. And if you're just listening and not watching, they want less of the peace dollar than they do the Morgan dollar. That's really interesting. So each of the 2025 Morgan and peace dollar carries a product limit of 150,000 coins, while those from 2024 are restricted to mintages of 275,000 each. Yeah, big difference. Almost half as many coins for 2025 as there were for 2024. That's remarkable. And still, I do believe the United States Mint either, it's like housing and interest rates. Like, do I buy a house with the rate so high? Do I buy a house when the price is so high? Well, let's face it, the United States Mint could make 125,000 of these bad boys, and they'd still be available, right? And like I said, does the Mint want these to sell out the first day? Do they want to create that kind of hype? Or do they want these to sell out eventually, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the line? And I think that's what the Mint is trying to figure out right here. Now, this is the one that's been, I guess, a thorn in everybody's side, so to speak. This is the Army 2025 West Point Proof American Silver Eagle sales update. Here we go. And another update, the Privy Mark 250th Anniversary Army 2025, you know the one I'm talking about, rose by 2,504 to reach 96,776. And yes, it is still available right over here. Look at that. That's the Army add to bag. There you go. It's still available. And they have not lifted the household order limit on that one. This follows a gain of 19,556 the week prior, which came after back-to-back declines of 131 and 4,119, limited to 100,000 and initially marked as unavailable just hours, that's right, 3 hours, 45 minutes or so, after its Friday the 13th launch in June. The coin returned to pre-sale July 2nd and remains available for $105. Its original one per household order limit is still in place, and they don't mention here how they have the 40 coin bulk pack here with the product code and totaling. They don't have that for the Army Privy Mark American Silver Eagle, and we were told that they were going to be getting those figures, but yep, still we don't have that a month and 5 days after the launch. So here we go with the Mint's top 10 weekly sellers. And number one, uncirculated Morgan silver dollar sold 100,814, and it would be really great if they actually added, like maybe in parentheses under here, what the bulk stuff was. So really we know it's 10,000. So that's 110 there. And then another, 350, what is it? Another 10,000 there. So 106,000. Number three, and look at this. This is remarkable. This is the 2025 proof set, sold 4,528 for a total of 276,276. And remember, let's go to PCGS real quick. There you go. And this is the population report for the 2025 San Francisco 1 cent shield deep cameo. And I gotta say, folks, they are not grading. And I mean, look at this. What is going on here? There's a 66 there, a 67, 4, and a 68. I mean, I guess that'd be kind of cool to own that one. But I mean, we're seeing some really low quality come in. And I would imagine they just sent it in just in the lens, right? I mean, or did they take the penny out of there and fool with it and whoops, I dropped it, and then that was this one and that one too. But yeah, we're looking at a tough to grade and a proof 70 Lincoln cent from San Francisco. And what happens if the San Francisco Mint closes? Look, we could have no more pennies for next year. Maybe for numismatic purchases, maybe. We don't know. That's a definite possibility, but for maybe, right? And then we're looking at this particular set being hard to grade. And the San Francisco Mint might close. And what would that do to all the San Francisco products with the S Mint mark? Would it be like the Carson City or the New Orleans Mint where everybody's going to be like, oh, that's the one to get? And they all put the ISR on that particular one? I don't know. But it definitely begs the question. So 3 questions here that we need to consider. San Francisco Mint, is it going to be in, condition rarity? And the end of the Lincoln cent. So a lot going on there, a lot to digest. Now, here, let's keep on keeping on. Number 4 spots taken by the West Point 250th Anniversary U.S. Army Proof Silver Eagle. That's the flagship. No, that's the Army one. That's not the flagship. Sold 2,504 to 96,776. There's the flagship product. I almost whooped on that one. That's the Proof Silver Eagle, sold 1,373 for 216,000. And look at this. I thought this was incredible too. So this is the 2025 Uncirculated Silver Eagle, sold 866 pickup sticks. Look at that, to 73,834. And remember, there's only a mintage limit, a stated product limit of 90,000 on that Uncirculated Silver Eagle. So that's kind of a big deal. Number 7, and does the market reflect it? I think it's starting to. Number 7 is the 2025 Proof U.S. Marine Corps Silver Dollar, sold 698. It's a strong program, great program there. Number 8 is the S Proof Morgan Silver Dollar from 2024, sold 528. Look at this. This was actually a big surprise. Number 9 is the Morgan and Peace Silver Dollar Reverse Proof Set from 2024, sold almost 500 of those things. So kudos to the mints for, and I think that has something to do with these top two here. People start thinking about the Morgan and Peace again, and they're like, oh yeah, let me pick one of those up. They're still available. Number 10 spot is the Proof anniversary, 250th anniversary half dollar, sold 337, now stands at 17,764. Now, in its latest report, the Mint published sales data for 569 numismatic products. 3 products saw week-over-week gains of more than 1,000 compared to 4 previously. U.S. Mint sales, and that's really still pretty good, because we could see typically 1 or 2 or none that had sold 1,000. It just depends, but that was a pretty, and if we look at the Mint's product schedule, we started getting ramped up here. June right there, probably, well, I guess June 3rd, June 5th, and then June here, and then July, and then keep on keeping on. There's a lot of stuff to consider to buy. I mean, this whole summer is going to be incredible. And did you know that these comic art coins and medals aren't going to be shipped until the fall? Yeah, I'll do a video about that tomorrow. I was like, wait a minute, another pre-sale, and I'm not digging on the pre-sales. Not a fan at all. But is that the way the Mint's doing things now? Well, not necessarily. I just had a shipment notification just yesterday for my uncirculated coin sets that are coming. So not all products, but boy, I tell you, not a fan of the pre-sale. And imagine all those folks on eBay that are purchasing these things, and they're like, hey, that money's gone. Somebody's holding on to it. And then they ship them out in the fall, and we're only in July, right? And so, yeah, that's quite some time. U.S. Mint sales momentum improved slightly last week, with 105 products surpassing their previous totals. That is up from 99 in the prior report, but still below the 112 record recorded 2 weeks ago. And remember, 2 weeks ago, I was like, man, these are like sales from 2019, where we have 1,000 products sold even for the 5th place in the top 10. That's quite something. Now, that the figure remains within the range recorded over the 5 weeks preceding those 2 reports: 89, 120, 98, 93, and 97. Quite something. In addition, 4 products recorded weekly sales decline compared to 3 in last week's report. For a second week in a row, each decline was limited to just 1 unit. Yeah, really not much to write home about. All right, here we go. These are the sales, folks. And I got to tell you, that 2025 commemorative featuring the 250th anniversary of the Marine Corps, that's something else. And remember, not only the Marines are going to have these commemorative, they'll also have what I think is the best privy mark out of the 3 services. And that's going to be out of Philadelphia. And I think that's a big deal, because Philadelphia hasn't struck a Proof American Silver Eagle, I believe, since early 2000. Maybe it was 1993 to 2000. After that, you just had some reverse proofs in 2006 and 2011. So that's something to think about. That's a big deal for me. All right, let's keep on keeping on. There's the commemoratives from last year. Don't know when those are going to fall off. Here we are it's not like they have 2023 commemorative coins up there. And I don't think they had commemoratives in 2023. Maybe head scratching. Now let's keep on keeping on. Morgan and Peace silver dollars. Look at this. I tell you, they have some remarkable sales here. And is it due to the fact that the uncirculated Morgan and Peace have come out? I think so. I think the ISR run is definitely on some of these issuances. I mean, look at this. 2023 sold 108. We typically don't see that. And if you added up 100, 200, 300, 400, 700, and then you're looking at 1,500 probably total, and that's a reverse proof. That's probably got to be doubled. But either way, these sales totals here are outdoing the American Silver Eagle sales, even if you add the 2023s in there. And it's remarkable, too, because guess what? It's on a commemorative planchet. It's not even a full ounce of silver. But then again, if you're buying silver at the United States Mint just to stack silver, you might be doing it wrong. Now, this is the keep on keeping on here. Armed Forces silver medal, that one's tapering back down. It's at 88 now. And look at the Navy. Wow, 79. That's strong. That is remarkable, actually. American Liberty products, didn't really sell too many there. Clad proof sets, that's a big deal, folks. And like I said, there's 3 things that are going to make that set possibly worth more than some of the other sets that have been released in the past. The San Francisco Mint, the Lincoln Penny is maybe going bye-bye, and then the they're having a hard time grading that Lincoln cent in a proof 70. And not only that, you have the Kennedy half dollar in there as well. So let's keep on keeping on. Not really much to speak about here. Pretty flat as far as those American Innovation dollars are concerned, but there are some decent sales for the American Women Quarters proof set from 2025. Let's keep on going here, and this is the silver proof sets. And the other one, the silver proof set that will be dropped here, is going to come out there on August 7th. So we have about another about 3 weeks or so, and we'll have this proof set, silver proof set from 2025. And what's interesting about the silver proof set is that, well, it's not silver. You've got a few coins in there that are, well, let's go ahead and jump at that real quick. So you got the penny, the Sacagawea golden dollar, and then you have the nickel. And at least one of those could be a silver issuances, and that would be the nickel. And it'd be cool if they brought back the wartime nickel composition to 35% silver, and then put the mint mark S over Monticello, just like they did back in World War II. I think that would be phenomenal, making it a little bit more of a silver proof set than they actually have, because really it's a clad set with a silver set marriage, little matrimony there. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Yeah, so 150 for the congratulations set, and yeah, that's probably just people, winding down as far as, their kids are graduating college, graduating high school, and that sort of thing. Now here we go with the uncirculated coin sets. Next week, like I said, we're going to see the sales totals for the 2025, and that has a stated product limit of the for the set at 190,000, just like the uncirculated mint from 2024. Now all the other ones are sold out except one. And that is the 2021 uncirculated mint set. And who knows how many the mint produced of those particular items. And the one thing about that, it has only 2 quarters, while all the other ones have 5 quarters, right? The one has the last of the America the Beautiful quarters. That's featuring, I think, the Tuskegee Airmen. And then you have the Washington Crossing, the Delaware quarter. And that was the only place to purchase it from the United States Mint in an uncirculated format or strike finish. And they didn't sell rolls and bags, and they didn't even make them out of the S mint, and that was a big miss, I think, in 2021. They could have had a 3-roll set, a 2-roll set, and then maybe some bags, or just one S roll sold individually would have been fantastic. So womp womp. But anyway, there it is, still available. Sold 63 last week, and did that Washington Crossing, the Delaware quarter. Stunning design. In fact, I got one in pocket change just the other day, and I was like, what? So I thought that was really cool. Let's keep on keeping on ornaments, kid sets, proof and reverse proof, silver eagles. Yep, there you go. We've already talked about that. U.S. Army proof silver eagle sold 2,504 for an increase of 2.66%. And yeah, I think this is, I hope the Mint has learned something from the issuance of this particular coin to maybe actually lift the household order limit after 24 hours, after everybody gets their chance to get one. And that way it will be gonzo. And remember, this ships on July 31st, which is, I think, 2 weeks from yesterday. So that's kind of interesting as well. All right, uncirculated silver eagles. They sold a bunch of those. Look at that. 866 for 1.1, almost 1.25% increase for 73,834. And remember, Mintage limit, stated product limit of 90,000. And did they get right to that mark at 90, or is it 89 or 88 or 86 or so? All right, look at the gold sales are still popping and hopping over the United States Mint. That's a quarter ounce increase by 2%. And remember, folks, these have been sale for quite some time. They've been available, and to have a 2% pop on a bunch of sales that have already happened that are pretty decent, yeah, that's incredible. And almost a 1% pop for that 1/10 ounce coin. Going to be something. Now here's the proof from 2024, and it's really not much to speak about. Not really. They're just basically flat on the percentages. Right here, the 2023 not available, 2022 not available. Uncirculated eagles, yeah, also flat. There's one of the negative ones out of the 4 I think they mentioned, and then 6 here for 2025. And there you go. There's the bison. They sold, look at that, 187 gain right there, and a 3.5% increase on that sales volume as well. So that's pretty special. That's pretty sweet. Let's keep on keeping on. Proof platinum eagles, yeah, just basically a little flat right there. But look at the palladium. Bam, up 3.37%, 169. Yeah, that is definitely outperforming the Platinum Eagle, no doubt about it. Then we go with the Presidential Silver Medals. This just popped out. William McKinley Presidential Silver Medal, and that we will have. No, actually, my bad. I was trying to think of this one right there. Theodore Roosevelt. We don't have numbers for that one. That'll be next week's. My bad. Let's keep on keeping on. I just owned myself. That's all right. Sometimes that happens. American Innovation Reverse Proof Sets, not really much to speak about there. And there we go. That's the 2025 American Innovation Dollars. Now I got to tell you, we have all issuances. We have the P&D 25 coin roll and the P&D 100 coin bags. Well, they are finally sold out at the United States Mint. It doesn't remind me here. For the Denver bag, the Philadelphia bag, the 25 coin roll from Denver, and the 25 coin roll from Philadelphia. Those are gonzo, folks. And people do like the space theme on coins, and I think that is a big driver for that particular coin, and I think that's exactly going to happen on July 29th, and that is, I think, less than 2 weeks away. Yeah, we were 2 weeks away from last Tuesday, so that's going to come out soon, and if you have subscribed to this, you'll be charged here, I think, this coming weekend or so. For these particular coins. And I think these are going to sell out even quicker than the Florida one, because the Florida one, featuring the space shuttle, is kind of, we've been there, done that. If you look at the American the Beautiful Quarter, or the State Quarter program, they had the space shuttle on the Florida Quarter. And this is remarkable. It's spacewalk, right? Look at that. That is beautiful design. And I think that's probably going to be the one to own this year. And don't forget, this is the last issuances. And after this, we just have the reverse proof set and the proof set for the American Innovation coin. So that'll be fun to watch that sell out. Probably. I probably should, maybe, just maybe I'll do a live stream on that one. All right, Michigan here. Yeah, we're sold out with the Florida. And once Texas come out, I think that's gonzo as well. And look at this. I want to show you something here. So there's Florida, Michigan, and Arkansas. Arkansas at 7.4, Michigan at 8.5, and then we're looking at the 25 coin roll set from Philadelphia at 9. So it's 7, 8, 9, and then 6, 7, and then 8, which is interesting, and then 2, 9, 3, 2, and then 3, 6, and then obviously the 100 coin bag, 1891, 2335, and 3353. So definitely the Florida coin was it as far as the three issuances here. But like I said, that Texas one's probably going to outdo all of them combined. Now let's keep on keeping on. I think that is going to be it, except for the Kennedy half dollars and the American women quarters and the Native American dollars. So about 3 more coins to talk about here. And I'm getting dizzy scrolling so quickly. All right, there we go. Native American dollars. Look at this. 1.5% increase on a 250 coin box. Yeah, that's a good bit of money. 1% increase on the 100 coin bag. Definitely something to look at there. And these are not sold out yet. However, we can look at the Kennedy half dollars and look at that, would you? So this is the 2025 2-roll set. Sold 16 last week. And we got to remember that coin is actually not available any longer. So I'll go to the Mint's website here. Yeah, it's still on Remind Me, that Kennedy half dollar 2-roll set. However, and I think the product total was like 26,250, if I'm not mistaken. And then the 200 coin bag is, I think, at like 12 or 11,000. So they got a good bit of those left, but they run a real lean. And if not already gone, for the 2-roll set from Philadelphia and Denver. Now, these are the American women quarters. We almost reached 1% for the 100 coin bag out of Philadelphia. Sold 59 of the 3-roll sets. But look at this. 22 right there for the 100 coin bag out of Philadelphia for Juliet Gordon Low. Still strong sales here for Juliet Gordon Low quarters. And then there's the IW Wells. And we have 2 more issuances for the American women quarters this year. And that is it. After that, we have those 2026 quarters that are going to be probably amazing. And I really hope the United States Mint puts those in a special roll packaging, much like the 2009 Lincoln cents, LP1, LP2, LP3, and 4. Yeah, those had amazing packaging. And just for the rolls, the paper holding the coins, those were something else. Those are really nice. Now let's keep on keeping on. I think that is going to be it for the sales data. And I think we can go over to the plus ones now. I got to show you this. This is important. This is Proverb 22, number 9. One with a good eye will be blessed, for they have given their bread to the poor. And I think what this means is that, somebody with a good eye is somebody who not only gives, but gives willingly. No, take it. It's cool. We have more. Without resentment or hesitation. Like, all right, yeah, you can have it, but I'm running out. I don't have many left. But yeah, whatever. Go ahead. That's... chill out with that, right? Someone who actually finds joy in helping others. Yeah, like gives that Michael Landon smile, that can't hold back the tears kind of a good time, right? Now that brings us to 3.9's Fine, 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. Whoa, whoa. This is Dusty Springfield, son of a preacher man, here on 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. Whoa, whoa. Now, that's going to be it, folks. I want to thank you all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, please sub the channel. It's absolutely free. What's not free, it's going to be membership. It's $1.99 per month, and it helps support the channel. Gets these videos coming out each and every single morning. And you know what that equates to in a 30-day time period? 6.6 cents per video. Yeah, that's not a whole lot. It really isn't. And if it is, I hope your situation gets better quickly. Stacker out.